Welcome to Dad's Got Dementia Situation Saturday. So my dad has been doing really good health-wise. He's just been doing great. But as you know, with this disease, there are changes that happen all the time. So we kind of have to continue to adapt. It seems like every week I talk about adapting because changes happen all the time. So one of the changes that we've noticed recently is that my father is holding water in his mouth. So his mouth is like this, and he doesn't want to release that water. Not sure what that's all about, but I do understand and know that that is a part of what's happening. And so what we started doing early on, he had, brush his teeth in the morning and at night, but we had there's a little hospital like disposable kind of bucket-like thing. And I'm going to show you a picture of that now. So that disposable bucket, we would brush his teeth and put it under his chin so that he could spit in it, rinse his mouth, and then spit in it and, do all of that. And so he was comfortable with that. Well, he stopped wanting to do that, and we figured out, well, maybe it's because it's so small, it doesn't really resemble a sink to him anymore. And so he would always look to the left or to the right, and you know that he's trying to spit somewhere. It's kind of gross, but anyway, he's trying to spit somewhere. So then we needed to graduate to something bigger and better so that he wouldn't have trouble seeing it. It kind of resembled a sink, and so he could, we could brush his teeth and he would spit and rinse and spit in this bucket. So this is the bucket. It's nice and bright so he can see it. It's not white, so it doesn't look like he is spitting into nothingness. So he could see that. Well, then he started more recently where he started like holding the water in his mouth. So he's and not letting it go, and you're steady saying, spit, Dad, spit in this big bucket here. And so it just wasn't clicking for him. So we decided that we needed to adjust again. So this time we got some Dentips, can you see that? Dentips disposable oral swabs. And actually our caregiver, one that's very close to our family and works with my father every day, she suggested these and she brought some so we could test them out. So they come in individually wrapped packets, and so you can simply put some water on this or put a little bit of toothpaste, and there's some toothpaste that you can use that you don't need to spit out, so it's okay. And you just, clean their teeth and their mouth and all of that stuff really good. And also, another little trick, when rinsing, if he decides to hold it in his mouth because he's not sure what to do with it, then this can easily be slipped in on the side of his gum and teeth, and then you just kind of move it around like you're brushing his teeth again, and the water comes out, and then he eventually opens and lets the water come out. So this is a nice little trick that we learned, and we use it when we need to use it. If he's holding fluid in his mouth and doesn't know what to do with it, then this actually just wedges in there. It's cushiony, so it can just wedge right in and water just starts to come out, and then he knows to release it. So if you are challenged with your loved one holding on to fluid, whether it's rinsing their mouth or whether it's just, they're drinking something and they're just holding it in their mouth, this is a nice little tool to use. It won't hurt them, and they will relate it to brushing their teeth, but at least it'll open enough for the fluid to begin to come out, and they'll feel comfortable letting it go after that. So find these. I found them online. I Googled them actually, and I found them on Amazon. 250 pack for I think $26. So that'll last a long, long time, and a very inexpensive way to help keep their teeth clean if you don't want to use a toothbrush because of them holding things. This is great. So you can just purchase those. Go to Amazon.com and you can find them. Again, they are Dentips, and they will do the trick. Until next time, we'll see you next week on Situation Saturday.